So it's snowing. See all that snow? It's blowing in here in the shop. I'm going to show a little bit of chopping. Let's see if I can. I got that chair sitting over there. I was going to sit down, but the seat's covered in snow and I think it'll melt on me. But let's see if I can get my head height here. So it's hard to judge this with the camera not having a viewfinder on the front. I'm pointed at the light and then I'll stand in front of it. Alright, so this is the hatchet that I just did in the video. The blade, this is for myself. I made this handle out of a piece of an axe handle. The head is a piece of coil spring. It's the one that I forged. This is the part 2 video. It has a sort of a polish. I didn't sand it down real fine before I polished it, so it's got a little bit of a shine to it, but it's not crazy. Got my stamp in the top of it. I rounded the pole off some, but I'm going to show. I'm going to chop some of this pitch pine here, and then I may take it out and chop down a little tree or something with it, kind of show what you can do with it. But right now, I'm going to chop some of this pitch pine. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well. This is the first thing I've ever chopped with this axe. I've never done anything with it. I did sharpen a pencil with it. I like chips like that for a fire starter here in the shop. And the reason I like them, let's see if I can just chop into it. I don't want to lose this. This stuff's good stuff. See, it takes off big chunks, not loose, and I only have it wedged in with wood. The reason I like this as a fire starter, I keep my boys even go and find this stuff for me. I have a big old log about 4 feet long here that the boys got for me out of the woods. But here's the reason I like it. This is where a pine tree dies and the sapwood rots away. This is what's left. This is what would be the heart pine, and it smells like pine sol. That's what it smells like. But with this wind, now you see how that just took a flame like that? That's what pitch pine does. Now watch, I'll set that there and I'll make another one. Now watch, I got a curl here. That wind put it out. Let's see if I can get this. See how it's all sappy? If it focuses, see how it's all sappy? That wind's blowing real bad. Let's see if I can get this started. Again. Yeah, see? So see the black smoke coming off of it? That's because of the sap. You can take a little cluster of these, cluster them all up, get it going. If the wind wasn't blowing, or if you got it in a sheltered spot, what it is that wind's just blowing it out. But anyway, you get the idea. That wind keeps blowing it out. But if I had this like down in my forge pot where I'm so let's just be mean. Let's just take this. This is just an axe. This is a piece of a 2x12. Alright, tight as can be. That's why you need that eye size. You need more eye. This is mountain laurel. It's pretty hard wood. It also grows back from anything. If this branch in the springtime was to be cut off and buried in the ground, it would root. I've had this stuff in my brush piles just come back from pieces I cut. So I'm going to cut this right here because it's a hardwood. It's harder than maple. It's harder than poplar. It's harder than pine. It's harder than it's kind of equivalent with oak. It's more brittle than oak though. I'm not swinging real hard. Now that wasn't a very clean cut. So I'm going to come back here and cut it again. Let's try undercut. So still tight. So even though this hatchet is tiny, I mean, that's about 4.5 inches from the tip to the pole. This is about 1 3/4 inches, 1.5 inches, 1 5/8 maybe, along the cutting edge. And it probably weighs, I don't know, 1/2 pound for the whole thing. It's still good enough to cut that, and I would be willing to bet. I don't know if you can see this little branch. I'm gonna try. Yeah, so you can get little stuff like that too, and so it's not a, it's a very useful, and I have this is rounded off, but it's curved out and flared. It's wider at the bottom and at the top than it is in the middle, so that your hand doesn't slide off of it, but it's smooth enough that I can tuck this in my belt. I usually tuck it behind my pants, down between my belt and my pants, and I make guards for these, and I'll come back maybe and show you the guard. I make a guard that buttons up under so that it clips on, and just tuck these in my belt. When I need to use it, I unclip the guard, put the guard in my pocket, and you know, I can process anything. I can sit there and trim things. I mean, I can take something like this is a piece of branch. I can shape that down to a point. I don't know if you can see that. See if we can get it to focus. Let's see, that's a point. And I can just come along here and trim that off. You see that cut? So, best little belt axe possible. It's not heavy. It's great for camp chores. I make these so they have a beard on them, and it's wider here, so you can grab it here and you can skin an animal, or you can carve with it. Or you can use it like a chisel and put your hand up here on it, push with it. If you have to, you can tap things in. It's an excellent little camp tool. And they tuck right down into the loops on most backpacks, anything like that. But anyway, I'm going to get out of this cold.